Hello and welcome to part 13 of our Revell London bus build. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and if you can think of anything during the video, your comments are welcome below. So in the last video, we got our clear coat on here, we got the red coat done, and all the insides all done. And what I've just done now is painted the inside frames around where the windows go in metal black. And to do that, I used some of these micro brushes, okay? Made it easy, just traced around there. There's no need to tape up anything, and we've got the black edge around there. And it's looking good. Now, one of the things I noticed with the instructions here, we look at here, this is where they're telling you to do B, which is that metal black. Then they want O, all right, which is what I used on the inside, that grey area, okay. But from what the instructions are showing, that it needs to be on this side as well, around the frames. And from my references on the photos, I can't see that. The windows themselves are going to sit down in those frames, and I think that they would sort of cover that anyway. So I've decided I'm just going to leave them red as is and put the glass in straight on top of what's there. Okay, now that means that other than putting the sides on, we've done that. So all these have been painted up as much as they need to be. So the next step is to put the glass in, I guess. Now, also in the last video, I'll show you, move this out of our way. Where are we? So we've done some of the glass here. Some of it needed some of the grey on the glass, or it was chrome on the glass, which I've done there on those narrow pieces. I still need to do down the centre of these windows, and I can't put those in because these need to go in first and those go on top. So what I need to do right now is with my pen, do that centre strip, which is a metal strip down the window that comes with a handle, which I'm guessing is to open the window. I'm going to do those with this, and then back to the instructions. Where are we? We've done that. We're going ahead because obviously we're not fitting these panels yet. There they are there. So these are the windows that are go in here and all on this side of the bus. I'm going to do this before I put the panel on the bus itself. I think it's going to be much easier to do it while it's all laying down in front of me. And yeah, that's it. So I'll get started on that. We'll come back and have a look at some of the progress as I go through. All right, back shortly, guys. Hey, welcome back, everyone. I just thought I'd show you a tip when you're doing these windows. So we've got to do those along there with chrome. Now, to avoid slipping, I don't know how steady your hand is, but what I found is I use some of these like little post-it notes that have got a little bit of adhesive at the top corner there, and I put them down each side, at least up until where the latch is, and just stuck them down. And then when you come along with your chrome pen, you'll find it's easy, not only easier to see it, but if you do happen to slip off, you're not going to touch the rest of the plastic. You're only going to touch the post-it note. The little piece at the end there, you can usually just go along that without needing to this. But if you needed to, you could move the post-it note up a little bit, take it off, move it up into that spot there. And again, you know, it's like masking it up without wasting and using so much masking tape. And as far as I know, it's the first one I've done, but I'll probably be able to reuse this quite a few times before it's not going to stick anymore. So yeah, so I've just done that one. We'll just take that off and have a look. And you can see that we've got our nice straight line there. Excellent. Okay, Now, the little latch in there is supposed to be red, the bus red, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I might just do it silver with the rest. We'll see how we go. Yeah, I'll see how my confidence is on getting in there with a small brush and maybe just touching that red. Yeah. All right. Either way, we'll come back and see. I'll be back in a short time. Okay, so I decided I did do it. I just got a very tiny little brush and just touched that in there with some red. And it looks fine. I've just got the glass sitting in there. I haven't glued it yet. There's what it looks like from the other side, from the inside. So, yeah, come up all right. So now I'm going to glue this in. I'm going to do every glass one at a time because I don't want to get them mixed up. They're all individually numbered. So what I'll do is I'll grab my MIG ammo glue. For those who don't know, that's the one I use there. Clear drying glue. I might just water this down a little bit and then I'll use my brushes again. And it's simply a matter of just pop that out. Windows fits no problem at all, but I will test fit each one as I go just to be 100% sure it's all fine. And I'll just work around, pretty much dip a bit of glue, just work around the frame like that, drop the glass in, done, move on to the next one. Okay, so I'll get on with this now. If there's anything different I need to mention, I'll mention it. Otherwise, I'll keep going till all this glass is in on this panel. And then, yeah, we'll come back and have a look at it then. All right. Okay, I'll get to work. Be back shortly. Hey, welcome back, everybody. So there's all the windows done on one side of the bus. No problems at all. And as you can see, I did do the red little latches on the inside on those glass pieces. So that's all done. So I'll put that aside. I'll start on the other side now. Now there is something to remember when you do the other side is, we'll just have a quick look at the instructions here. So this is now completely done. Now, mind you, there's pieces in here that haven't been put in yet. So remember, I have to come back and do them, but I've crossed off the ones I've done and the ones I'll come back to. But in the next step, 77, something you don't want to miss is there is actually a decal, two decals to go on here. So we got the outside and inside. There's a decal to go on there, number 10 and number 53. Okay, and that's on the piece N195, which goes on here. Okay, and also the color as well. It's going to be like the same one where I did the chrome along the edge with the red again. And there's that piece there. Okay, N195. So we're doing those edges again on these where it's required, right? But there's just that one particular window with the decal, which looks like it's like an emergency window. You can get out. So we'll check. In fact, right now, I'll just have a look at what those decals 10 and 53 are. All right, we'll be back in a sec. Okay, so we have one decal on here, which is this one here, 53, and it's just a little green one that says to open. So that will be going on the outside, I think. Yeah, that'll go on the outside to open. And number 10 is this one here, which is a little one to open. You can see that. To open only in emergency with a couple of arrows. That's to go on the inside. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. All right, so don't forget to put those on. In fact, I'll make sure I probably do that glass first. Would be a good idea. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, here's our other side that we're about to start with. And I'll start putting some decals on here and well, decals, glass windows in here, and come back and show you how they look as I progress. Okay, we'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. So here we are. There's the glass done in this side, all on. The little decals down in there, one on each side. All finished, ready to go. I'm just moving on to the other sections of this build, so I'll just put that there. I'm putting the glass in on the sides of here now. I haven't done that side yet, but this side I've just done before. And I'm just going to have a look. So as you can see with the instructions here, there's these parts here, which is this. Okay, so that's those going on. I think I got that right way around. Probably not. No, I haven't, have I? Move that out of the way. It's this one here. Okay, there we go. So those pieces are in, those pieces are in. There's the other end, there's the other piece, that one there. So that's done, which was that one on there. Yeah, so that's completed, 76. 77 is the other side, which is what I'm working on now. I'm going to put those pieces in. There it is there. And there'll be one here at the front going there. And then we also see right down there is the driver's door window and the glass beside the driver. This one's got some paint on it. They're saying that's L, so that needs to be painted. L, I should know these letters off by heart by now. London red. See how we'll have a look at that piece and just see how difficult that's going to be. I find it difficult painting the clear plastic, but we'll see how that goes. And once those are done, that will be finished and we can move on to the next step. All right, so when I come back, we'll have a look at those and see how that went. Okay, back in a sec. Okay, back again, bit of an update. That little side window that needs to have the red frame done on it, I've decided to mask it up. I'll just do it with the airbrush. I don't have a red one of these, unfortunately. That would have made things easier. And I don't trust myself with a paintbrush to get a nice job. So I've used some of the masking tape and done that. And that's where it's going to sit in there. So I'm going to go and put some paint on this now. And then in the meantime, while that's drying, I'll work on this window that goes in here, which doesn't need any paint. Okay, so back again shortly. Okay, back with another bit of an update. Just put that glass in the front there. Didn't sit in there too well, so I've just got that clamped. I'm just going to leave that for a while. The other piece of glass with the red that I masked up is all painted. And I put like 6 layers on that, try and get that to cover the clear. I didn't want to put a base coat on there, otherwise this side would show the grey. All right, so I had to do it just with the straight Outlaw Paints red. So I'm going to let that dry completely, put that aside. But while we're in the waiting process, we can now cross off step 79, because that's done. And we can, no, I just jumped the gun, didn't I? Way ahead of myself. 77 is done. All the glass is in. So now we go over to 78. Obviously I won't make a mistake and skip that step thinking I've done it. It's basically the opposite of this step where we've got to put all these pieces in that we painted up in the previous video. I think I did. That's there with all that you can just see there with the grey on them. So they're all the same number, so they're all the same. So we don't have to worry about getting them mixed up. So I can take them all off the sprue and they get positioned in these particular, in the right spots, both upstairs and downstairs on the glass. And it looks like we've got a couple on the front there as well. And then of course this side does the other side. All right, I'll make a start on these, and while we're progressing and having a look at these going on, we'll jump back and check on our glass on this. All right, again, back shortly. I'll be back again. Another quick little update. I've got all these pieces off all ready to go on here. And but something just to be aware of, these two here are different numbered ones. Okay, these are off the end sprue. These are 169, which are over here. Okay, they didn't get painted and they don't get painted. They just go straight on as they are, and they actually go onto the front of the bus and the windows up on the top, which, if I look at this correctly, is going to be on these ones here. Okay, so yeah, if you're counting them and realize you're a couple over, it's, or you're a couple short, it's because they're different ones up on there. All right, on the next instructions, there's no different. It's just, what have we got? 3, 4, 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the normal 5 on this side, and then those two up in that corner. Okay, I don't even know how these even fit. I haven't even tried to fit. Let's have a quick go at this and see. They're all the same, so we can just take one and go down that way, and it's going to sit pretty much in there like that, it looks like. Yeah, they fit fine, nothing to it. Just a matter of which way they go around. Is it the painted surface on this side or on the other side? Oh, definitely on this side. Okay, I got it. Yeah, it sits in there. No problem. Bit of my MIG ammo glue that I use. There it is there. Watered down. Getting a bit low actually, but seriously, it lasts forever. So yeah, I'll just apply it with my little applicator here. We just go around the edge. Let it sit there. These shouldn't take long at all. All right, I'll go along this. We'll have a look when they're done. Back in a sec. Hey, back again. So I've got all those on there. Done the other side as well. These are the two that go on the front that they actually do need the chrome bits done, which I grabbed my pen and did. And they will go on here, just not there and there, which I'll do right now. And then that will complete step 78 and 79. So I'll do that, then we'll have a look, a bit of a peek and see what's over the page. Okay, back shortly. Okay, so those are on the back there. That's done. A few smudges there. I'll clean them up with some isopropyl later. Put that aside. Now what I need to do is get this back here. We no longer need that clamp on there. Glasses on. We're going to put this piece in here, but this piece is the one we painted. So it's time to take some masking tape off. Fingers crossed that this worked okay. We'll just have a look and see how we go with it. I'll just peel this off. And so far so good. It actually took quite a few coats to get the coverage over the clear part, but eventually it looks like it's gone on quite well. Fortunately, I didn't happen to have a London Bus Red paint pen, but this looks fine. Just blue tack's letting go. I've got one more piece off the bottom here. Behave for me, come on. There it is. There we go. Away. Okay. Just a little bit of a clean up on this glass, and yeah, that came up really well. Excellent. Okay, so I'll pop this, well, clean up the glass, pop that in, and we can move on to the next step. All right, back soon. Okay, so we're finally over the page onto step 80. I'll just quickly show you here. There's that window that went on, looking nice. I also have to clean up this glass before we glue anything on. Talking about gluing things on, this is the frame for the advertising on this left-hand side of the bus here. It's actually in 2, 4, 6 pieces. Looks like it needs to be put together first, then painted the London bus red, and then put on in one piece. We can't just put it straight onto the side of the bus because it overlaps onto the other front and rear sections, which means we've got to put all this on the bus, which I'm really nervous about because, yeah, I'm just worried about the fit. And I have been delaying doing that for a while, and I'm going to delay it for a bit longer. So I'm thinking I'm just going to put this together, take the pieces off the sprue, put it together, get it primed and painted up, and then obviously we'll have to start putting these sides of the bus on, because the other step here, we've got the same thing, except it just looks like this here in 2 parts need to go together, but the others all individually go on. So these parts will take off the sprue, of course, paint them, but they all get put on individually onto that side of the bus there. Yes, okay, all right, I will continue on, and we'll be back to look at this shortly. Okay, back again, update. We're on to page, way over the page. I think 78's done. I haven't crossed that off. That's all done, so we won't worry about that. So this piece here, which was in separate parts for the banner, for the advertising frame, I painted it up. There it is there. I undercoated it. Take that away. There we go. And done it in the bus red, and I clear coated it. So that's going to dry now. Then I'll test fit them and make sure they all fit on the side like they should. Going to go on the side like that. And then we've got to do in step 81, same again, but different pieces, bit of a different shape on the back of the bus there for the frames on that one. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I'll go take these pieces off while they're drying. And, yeah, we'll come back a bit more progress. I think that was all I was about to show. I was also thinking of doing these here, which are the supports for the roof, which is supposed to just rest on there that you can remove. I'm thinking I might as well get them painted up. Now they've got letter P, which means, I think, let me check what color that P was. White gloss. Okay, so those frames that go under there, they're going to be done white. So while I'm taking those other pieces of the frame off for the other bus, I'll take these off as well and get them ready to be painted up. Well, hey, while we're at it, may as well jump down to step 88 and do these sides for underneath the bus. Might as well take them off as well. Get them primed up. They're going to be painted in B, which is metal black. So, yeah, we'll have a few bits and pieces around, but they got to be done too. And yeah, we'll do that. I'm not sure what that is there. 87. Oh, here. Okay, so there's a light there. It's a light that goes down under there. It looks like on the front of the bus, under the headlight. There's someplace. So, yeah, another piece to take off. All right. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Hey, welcome back, everybody. So, try and hold the camera stable. I'm just doing a test fit for the front of the bus here. So I've put on this and it seems to sit in there fine. And then I've put on this part here, which does line up along the top of the windscreen quite well. I'm sorry the thing is not focusing too well, but there we go. So you can see that the front looks quite good. I'm pretty happy with that. Even around to the side here, where across here, it all seems to line up quite well. So that's okay. Coming back around here, it seems okay here as well. Of course, this all needs to be glued to the actual side of the bus. What I'm trying to do is test fit all of it. I'm going to just like tape it all on just to see how it looks. I'm very, very nervous that the sides are going to fit without a gap. I literally think it's going to be a miracle if they fit, but we'll see. Up in the top there, you'll notice they haven't got the roof in there yet. Okay, that is this part here. Okay, so that is going to sit. I deliberately left that off because the fit was terrible, but I think that will be okay to go up into there. All right, and it should fit in there all right. Okay, fingers crossed. And obviously, of course, the bonnet or hood, depending where you're from, is not on yet. Here it is here. It's all ready to go on. I did quickly test fit that, and I put that in where it joins in the back. And I'll probably display it open when it is in there, just because the detail on the engine looks so good. I mean, look at that. It's going to focus for me. There we go. It's a little bit dark in there. Maybe let me just see if I can get a bit of light in there. There we go. So I certainly don't want to cover that up. So the hood will be open. All right. But other than that, pretty happy so far. So what I'll do now is I've got the parts for the frame drying as I've painted them. The other side for the advertising on the other side of the bus, they're done. But they can't go on either yet because the sides need to be on, because you can see how the frames come out, they overlap. Okay, so this is where my fit has to be really good. Otherwise, I'm going to have troubles with the frames fitting in there. I have fitted them on the sides of the bus, which are over on the side, and they fit behind, they line up fine, they're okay. But because they overlap here, then the join down the length of here has to be just right. Okay, so yeah, we'll see. All right, so anyway, a little bit more progress. And again, test fit this and hopefully everything will be all right. All right, I'll be back again with a bit more progress. Okay, and also here's the rear section, which I'll pop that on the back, see how that fits as well, along with this, with the tail lights to go down there. But the next thing now will be just testing the sides up against here, make sure they're lining up with those connection points. And yeah, fingers and toes crossed for me, guys. All right, back soon. I'll let you know how it's going. Cheers. Okay, back again. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to glue these two sides on, because I've tried fitting this. It's a really awkward fit up around here. There's a big gap, and I might be able to fix some of it by trimming off in the front here. Yeah, in here more where it's not sitting in properly. But basically, those two sides have to go on. If there's any adjusting to do, it's going to be on the sub-assemblies that are going to go around the front and rear of this. But these are lined up in their position. There's nowhere else they can go, so we can only go on like it is there. Okay, so I'm going to glue that on, clamp it down, and do the other side. Then work on the front and back. Okay, yeah. I'm a little bit more confident, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah. All right, I'll be back with more progress shortly. Okay, welcome back again. So I've got both sides on now. Okay, so there's that side is on and that side is on. Okay, so far so good. Now, in the meantime, while the glue was drying for that, I painted up these, and let me just move this out of the way. So these are the supports that go across here for the roof. Okay, so we've got two of those painted white. Sorry about the brightness. Excuse me. Let me just tone it down a little bit. Okay, that's a bit better. So there we go. So that's those two, and they will go across there. So I'll put those aside somewhere. I've also done this, which are all the frames for the decal, for the banner, for the advertising, for the opposite side. I'm not sure which side it actually is, but I've written here step in there, which you can't see because of the brightness, is step 81. All right, so step 81, I'll put all those in that container and sit them there because I need to check the size of the decal and whether these should be put on first or after the decal goes on. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, it could turn into a mess. All right, so let me sort myself out here and I'll come back in a sec. Okay, so we're still on step 73 here. So we've got these two sides on. I need to work on these to get the front on and then the rear. So I'm going to work on that. But also I'm just looking through here, going ahead a bit. There's our frames that we've done. It does say to put them on before the decals, so maybe that's okay. Going further on, we've got all the rear view mirrors and lights to go on the side here, which will be done afterwards, including the windscreen wiper. There is the fuel cap to go on down on the side of the bus, so that could go on any time. What I also found was here, so this is in the roof. It's surprising that, like, we did the roof a long time ago, and now we've got to go back to it and put these little clear parts in where the lights are in the roof. So I'm thinking of doing that now and taking a look at that when it's done. And obviously that will sit down on top above these two parts, which are what I showed you. I just painted white. Okay. All right. So yeah, right now I'm going to go grab the roof and I'm going to put the little clear parts in on there and we'll come back and have a look at those. All right. Yes, I'm avoiding putting on the front and back of this because it's scaring me, but I know eventually I have no choice. So, but until then, I'll find some other things to do. I'll be back shortly. And I thought I'd just quickly come back because, yeah, we haven't even done the roof. I was thinking of the roof that's already in there for the lower level. Here's the other roof. This is the actual roof of the bus. I haven't even painted, haven't done anything, still on the sprue. So there we go. I'm going to get this thing done, hey? Okay, back shortly. Hey, welcome back. So here we are with our roof that I completely forgot about, step 84, which, well, might as well get that all made up. And so what I've done is I've undercoated, primed it all, and then I've sprayed the underside the white that it's supposed to be. Okay, the other side I have to do red, but I won't do that yet. I'll leave it because what I want to do now is put those little lenses in here for the lights in the roof. Now, one other thing I might note, earlier in the build when we did the roof of the lower deck of the bus, it was done in that yellow color, okay, sort of a lemon color, whereas the instructions here are saying white for this. I was going to do this yellow as well, but I thought, no, look, I'll stick with what the instructions say. You're hardly going to be able to see it, and I think the white may help lighten up the interior upstairs a little bit more. But yeah, so I did it white instead of the color, but that's what it said, white, so we did it. Okay, so now I will be putting in these tiny little glass or clear plastic pieces just to fill the lights in there. Then once those are in, I'll turn it over. I'll do the London bus red on the outside. Okay, So, yep, I'll get on to that now. I think I've got the clear parts. I think there they are on there. You can just see them there. I'll take these off and I'll pop them in. What I'll be doing is I'll be using my MIG ammo glue that's somewhere. Well, there's the mix of it there. So I'll just be putting the slightest touch with my little applicator here. And I'll just be touching that in there and then popping the glass in there. To pop the glass in there, it's probably best to use one of these wax pencils. Yeah, no problem. All right, I'll go ahead that. We'll come back in a sec when they're done and we'll have a look. All right, back in a sec when they're done and we'll have a look. Okay, we're back and they're in. Just see them in there. No problem at all. I didn't put them in anything like I explained I was going to because it just didn't work. All right, for a start, the wax pencil doesn't pick them up because they're round shaped. So I had to be very careful with the tweezers. One did ping off across my bench here, but didn't go too far, so I was lucky. I did use the MIG ammo glue, no problem, but I watered it down a little bit too much, so I couldn't really put it on with my applicator. So I just used the little Icky Sticky micro brush. No problem. Picked them up, dropped them in. There is a right way around. You'll see there's a little knob underneath for the part that needs to go down. So just try and get them in straight. But yeah, they've just been put in. They're drying. I'll leave it for, I don't know, half an hour or so. And then I will go and paint this, our London bus, red for the roof. Okay. But I'm going to call it a video here because that will take me time. I need to let that dry the whole day before I put the clear coat over the top, and then that'll take another day. So we'll bring all that, we'll have that all ready in the next video, which I think will be part 14 we'll be up to by then. Okay, so thank you all for following along. Please don't forget, as usual, subscribe if you're not already. Hit that notifications bell so you get notified of videos as they come out. And your comments are welcome below. And also don't forget to join our Facebook group page. Okay, we're well over 100 members now and growing, so excellent stuff. So when we come back in the next video, we'll not only do some more, we've got the two sides on the bus, we've got to do the front and rear upper and lower sections. Crossing my fingers that's all going to fit. And we still also need to work out the decals. Now I've done the frames. I think I showed them before for both sides of the bus. And yeah, we'll have a look. I have seen this bus built where the decals were put on, but they didn't use the frames. So I'm a little bit concerned if the decals will fit in the frames. Yeah, I'll have to do a bit of measuring. Anyway, thanks guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, bye for now. Cheers.